Hi, and welcome back to Hook Eat Up. Today I have a special recipe that's been on my mind for months. Back when I was in San Juan, Puerto Rico, I went to the restaurant Santaella, which is like a modern, upscale Puerto Rican restaurant. While I was there, it was recommended that I have the goat cheese quesadilla, and let me tell you, it lived up to its reputation. It's been on my mind since, and I figured I'll show you guys how to make it so you can share in that experience. Let's get into it. So to make this recipe, you're going to need the following ingredients. You're going to need 2 cups or 2 handfuls of fresh arugula. You're going to need a package of flour empanada rounds. Now you can get these from the local supermarket. They're produced by Goya brand. You'll find them in the freezer section. You're going to need some goat cheese, honey, a high quality balsamic vinegar. Now good balsamic vinegar is thick, it'll line and coat the glass, and it's going to cost you. You don't want to go with that watery stuff because it's going to get all over the place and it's not going to finish as nicely. If you want to go with a cheaper alternative, I also have this balsamic vinegar reduction. Now this is usually sweetened and reduced over a stove. It's not as good as the good stuff, but it will help you make this dish. Cheaper, same overall effect. White truffle oil, some white wine vinegar, and a liberal amount of cooking oil. We're going to be deep frying those empanada rounds, so we're going to need a healthy amount of cooking oil. So the first thing that I did was actually get my skillet going. I heated it up first to drive off any excess water that might be on it, and then I added my oil so I could bring that up to temperature. While the oil is heating, I'm going to get started on how to dress this salad. So for the salad, what you're going to need to do is sprinkle in some of this white truffle oil, and then just a capful of the white wine vinegar. You don't want to overwhelm it, just a little bit to add a bit of acidity to that salad. I'm going to give this a nice toss just to get all of the arugula coated. And that truffle oil flavor will come through nicely in the final dish. So what I'm going to want to do is keep a close eye on the oil temperature. Now if you have a deep fryer that allows you to set the gauge, perfect, set it to 325 degrees. If you're cooking on the stove top, you're going to want to use a thermometer and make sure it stays in that 320 to 330 range. So when you take the empanada rounds out of the packaging, you're going to notice that they're separated by plastic layers. But there's going to be a bottom plastic, and that's how you know what the bottom is. So you're going to lay that on a plate, and you're going to be able to separate each empanada round by another piece of plastic. So that's how you're going to manage it without making a mess. So with my oil at temperature and at 325 degrees, it's time to get started on frying our rounds. You're going to lay the round right into the oil and allow it to fry and crisp up. And while it's frying, you want to use a spatula to keep it submerged and to reduce it from bubbling too much. So as that's frying to a nice golden brown, you want to set up your draining station with paper towels. So you got 2 paper towels right on a plate. Once it's a nice golden brown and crispy, you can set it on your draining station. So for this recipe, you only have to fry up 2 of the empanada discs. I'm going to let that drain and cool off so we're able to handle it and finish this dish off. I'm going to grab my cutting board. I'm going to lay that down flat. And I'm going to make sure that I take the prettier of the 2 and reserve that to the side because that's going to be the top half of this quesadilla. So the one that's not so pretty, I'm going to put on the bottom. And we're going to grab a spoon. We're just going to scoop out some of this softened goat cheese and spread it out the inside of this quesadilla. You want to make sure it's soft because you don't want to crumble it all up. It's easier to handle. You're just going to spread it like you're spreading cream cheese on a bagel. Now once you have that spread out evenly, you're going to grab some of the honey and you're going to drizzle that just on the inside. Get a nice coating of the honey. And then, with the prettier side, you're going to just sandwich that off. Now for what I'm thinking is going to be the hard part is that they cut this into quarters. So it's pretty crispy now, and I have to figure out a way to cut into quarters without doing too much damage to it. So I'm gonna grab my large chef's knife here, and I'm gonna try to make a quick, clean cut so that it's straighter lines. Let's see how this goes. Well, that didn't go that great, but we do have some straight lines, and I think that's why they have the arugula to top it, to hide some of the unsightly things. I'm gonna grab my plating dish. And to plate this, I'm also going to spread a little bit of the honey on the bottom of the plate so it stays nice and still once it's set. And some of the balsamic vinegar right on the bottom there. Then I'm going to just rearrange this exactly how it is on the cutting board. I'm going to transfer that over. So now that I have the quesadilla on the plate, I'm going to also grab my balsamic vinegar, and I'm just going to drizzle that with the balsamic vinegar. And then we're going to top with our mountain of arugula. So you're going to want to bunch this up, cover the unsightly portions, and there you have it, your goat cheese quesadilla. Now I paired this with a blush wine because I felt that it would go nicely with the goat cheese. Now, if you're ever in San Juan, Puerto Rico, I highly recommend that you go out to Santaella. It's a wonderful restaurant, food is delicious, staff is great, definitely a place to check out. Now if you're not already a subscriber, it's that time, hit that subscription button, like and leave your comments in the comment section below. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe, and I hope it's inspired you to take a little time out for yourself and do a little bit of traveling. Thank you for joining me at Hook Eat Up, and take care.